Better watch your step, watch this tape. I done made 100 bands, what's next? Man down, niggas should've wore a vest. Matter of fact, what the fuck, we ain't having that.
Alright, what's going on, man? This is Bro Rogan, and I was given the honor to give this introduction. For you people that don't know what we're doing, we have a new podcast coming out. It's called The Rillaz. And I joined forces with two of my closest friends. I want you guys to like, subscribe, and this is the beginning of something that we plan on having longevity with. To my left, go ahead. You guys introduce yourself.
Hello, everybody. Y'all know me from the MMA world, from the jiu-jitsu, from the music. Santa Ana's finest, legacy in the building. You know what it is. Orange County, Santa Ana. What up? What up?
I don't need no introduction. You already know me, man. Spoetyface, Crenshaw District, Vernon Avenue, man. Let's go.
Let's get this show started. My boys, I want to say, first of all, my boys, I'm proud of both of y'all. I've been watching both of y'all on the internet. I took a little break from the internet. I stopped doing the podcast. I needed a break. I needed to spend some time with my kids. I was working on music. But I've been seeing you guys all over the internet lately. It's a beautiful thing. And one of the things I want to say off the bat is, I told you, my bro. I told you when you was calling me. I used to get phone calls from my boy while he was in prison, and I used to tell him, "Bro, you special. You one of the ones." And I knew when you came home. As soon as you came home, it's gonna be what it is. Now every time I turn on the internet, as I see my boy, you know, and you gotta just be a blessing, bro. It's a blessing to see you guys shining, bro. So I just wanted to get that out the way for sure.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Well, you know. I myself took a break from my own show, but during that time I was doing other people's shows. I still do other people's shows. It's just I'm changing the look of my show. I moved to a new studio, which is now in the Hollywood district, and my guests are going to be kind of different from my other old guests. Not saying that my old guests not invited. Everyone's still invited. However, I am a professional person who have a lot of professional friends. Like I have friends that are comedians and world-class chefs, actors. So my podcast is going to be more of that instead of whatever else it was before. It's just, I just want to reach out to a demographic because
you had a lot of big people on your show.
Yeah.
You had Whack 100, Poetic Flacco.
I did. Dejan Paul.
You had Spoetyface.
I had Freeway Rick Ross. I had Corrupt from Dog Pound.
You had me on there.
I had you. I had Spoetyface. Yeah. I'm a guy.
You had some real big guests
and yeah, like I said, and it's not gonna stop. It's gonna be. I love everybody that ever gave me the opportunity. Anybody that took their time out and sat down with me, like from the smallest to the biggest. So it's like, you know, I'm still.
While we on that, let's talk about that. One of your most viral guests was Whack 100, right?
Absolutely.
That dude's on the internet every day.
Yes.
So what do you think about all the stuff going on with Whack?
Okay, and this is going to be a good segue to my guy. I gave him a heads up earlier. I met Whack through one of my cousins. She is really big on that Clubhouse, and her and Whack are really close. I'm talking about personally close. My little cousin, a girl. Shout out to Nisha Kim. She hit me up one day, man. She like, Papa, that's my family call me. I'm like, what's up? She like, you want Whack on your show? And I'm a businessman at the end of the day. I know some people don't fuck with certain people, which I don't fuck with them outside of this. But when it comes to business, sometimes you have to deal with people who can help your business. And with the internet, if you have someone that's creating content and they have a reach, you got to get them on. You have to, because you want that reach as well.
So you saying it's all right for Whack 100, who's from a Piru neighborhood, to be working with somebody who's a snitch like 6ix9ine?
I'll get into that. Hold on, because I had this conversation. I just did Haters World the other day.
Yeah.
And let me get to that.
In your opinion,
let me get to that.
I want to get your opinion on that too.
Let me get to it. So, like I said, with this content, the one goal is views, reach, subscribers. Yeah. Because without that, you're just doing it as a hobby. I don't want any more hobbies. I want to create opportunities and jobs with this content.
Yeah.
So when you're dealing with people with a reach, you guys gotta do each other favors. I gotta do your show. You gotta do mine, because you can't just expect to be a person who's gonna make a reach as an unknown. And at that time I was an unknown. So I'm like, hell yeah, I'll get whack on there. I'll deal with the politics later. Yeah. And she gave me his number. And I'm like, what's up, Whack? Yeah, man, I do a podcast. He's like, oh yeah, your cousin been telling me I fucked with your shit. I'll do your show. I said, yeah, man, let me look at my schedule. I had you in next week. He said, next week, nigga, what about tomorrow? And to me, that show, like that, I had to respect that, because I'm like, yeah, okay. So he came in, and you know, a lot of people was at that beginning. I used to have to pay to be on my show, which, just so you guys know, I'm not doing that anymore. Like I will, but like there's certain people, like, nigga, I'm the catch. Like, you should want to do my show because I'm the, you know, to get your shit out there. Why am I paying you?
So you saying you would have 6ix9ine on your show?
Absolutely. So look, this is what I'm getting to.
Not me. I would never fuck with.
I don't fuck with rats.
Yeah,
like, but I can sit and talk with one, because a lot of things I think there's selective politicking and a lot of things going on, and like, I think niggas talk to rats every day and probably don't know, or they probably was close to one. Now, he never ratted on anyone I know.
Right.
That's the difference. If there's a rat, right, that's the reason why one of my friends or my family is behind bars. Absolutely not. Nigga, it's fuck him for life. But nigga, I don't know them 9 trade niggas he told on. That has nothing to do with my life or anything of any nature of what's going on with me.
But as a brand, what you think, Spoetyface? As a brand, like, when you attach yourself, like someone like Whack 100, when you attach your name to 6ix9ine, don't that mess up your name in a way?
Absolutely not. I don't think so.
In my personal opinion, it does. So I don't got no personal problem with Whack. I never had a problem. We never had our run-ins or whatever. I talked to him a couple of times, but I don't got no personal problem with it. That's just my personal opinion, because he speaks street politics. If you just want to say on some business stuff, look, I don't care, because he be saying this as well, like, you know, I don't care about that. I'm a businessman. I do my business. I run my content. I can understand that you're not longer in the streets, you know, all that, this, that, and the third. But when you begin to implement your opinion on street rules and street politics and a code of conduct, that's why I believe, like, you can't play both sides of the fence.
Right.
Absolutely.
Right.
That's why I will agree. I would disagree with him because, you know, he be coming out with paperwork, and then, you know, he voices opinion on a lot of things that's involving street stuff.
Yeah.
So if you can't, your opinion, to me, in my personal opinion, your opinion, your views, your thoughts, none of that matters. It does not count anymore when you align with yourself with a person who's considered to be a snitch or a rat. Now, if you just want to be, look, homie, I'm a businessman, I'm a mess with what I'm a mess with. I don't care about none of that street stuff, this, that, and the third. Okay, I respect that. You're no longer in the streets. You're a civilian.
Yeah.
You're a civilian. But if you're clamoring to a neighborhood or a certain type of lifestyle, then now you're a walking contradiction. You're a hypocrite.
You're right. And Spoety, I have to 100% agree with what you just said. But when I did his show, I got several calls from my folks in the 60s, like Cuzzy and all them, and they like, bro, how you doing this nigga show? Like, we don't fuck with that nigga. And I understood that. So anything he said about street shit, I took that out my show. Like, I'm not putting out this nigga. I wasn't gonna allow him to come on my show and talk about what's going on in your neighborhood, that neighborhood, this neighborhood, and keep it in. Anything that wasn't about him and his businesses, me and my businesses, I edited that. So it's like, you would never have me doing a episode with Whack where he talking about he got paperwork on somebody, because like that's not me. I'm not the one I'm not an exposer. So like, Yeah, I'm not. So like that's why I say.
But to another perspective on me is like, if you asking me if I would like put me in a situation would I ever sit down with Wack or whatever I do a show, I would absolutely would, because that's a you know, that's a platform for in order for me to clear up a lot of stuff, and also, you know what I'm saying, to challenge him and debate him on a lot of narratives and false narratives that's out there as well. But like again, like I don't got no personal thing, no vendetta. There's nothing between me and Wack. Me and Wack cool. But at the end of the day, is like that's the only thing I disagree with how he moving. He don't care, of course. But when you come into those things, but now this is another thing. So my whole thing is, if you like I just told y'all, if a person you messing with a rat, like your street credibility, like you can't, you're no longer in the, you know what I'm saying, you in the your street credibility and all that's out the window,
right?
But so what I would say about myself is, why, like, because you know, like, oh, he messed with 6ix9ine and this, that, and the third. So my personal opinion is, if a person who's no longer street, then you just a civilian. Because me personally, I'm not gonna do nothing to a rat no more. I'm not about to trick myself off the, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if I don't know you directly and all that, I'm not about to crash out on no, you got work or whatever the case is. I just don't mess with you, bro. You see what I'm saying?
I love it.
I don't know you and all that, but
I love it.
As far as outside of my neighborhood, bro, I'm not doing that. So I don't portray. It be a lot of people. See, that's, I think, the misconception people be having is because they be like, I'm on that when I see da 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 da. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just keep it like, look, bro, I don't mess with rats. I don't mess with rats, but I keep it a band with you. I'm not gonna do nothing to you. If I was to see 6ix9ine, I'm not gonna do nothing to, because you gonna call the police. The same thing if I see Charleston.
Absolutely.
No, Charleston, no, matter of fact, Charleston White different. I might have to crash out on him. But
no, hey, I'm glad.
But 6ix9ine, like, people like that, like, if you're not directly from my neighborhood, like, I don't mess with you, no, but I'm not about to blow minds on you, bro. Yeah. So I don't portray it like that. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, but no, a lot of people like, oh, this, F this and it, but they not doing nothing when they actually seeing these guys. And I think that's what the streets, you know what I'm saying, is being messed up by, because not a lot of people even care to do that. Nobody crashing out. You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm noticing? Sorry about that for cutting you off. You know what I'm noticing? I hear a lot of people on the internet talking about fades and squabbling, and like you said, you just admitted something that you got to respect as a man. I see 6ix9ine, I'm not doing nothing to him, but you'll also have those guys that like, man, I ain't fucking with no rat. I see a nigga, I'm doing this, but I don't see it. I hear niggas always talking about what they gonna squabble, calling niggas out. You internet niggas should stop that until you start. Because you know what I'm doing right now? I'm glad he brought him up. I'm calling out Charleston White. I need that. So if I see him, I'm standing up to what I'm saying. But I want to do it professionally.
Wack fuck around with Charleston White.
I want to fight Charleston. I just don't like a nigga, because at the end of the day, I am Los Angeles.
While we on Wack though, while we on Wack, I wanted to bring something up, which I was going to bring up to you, Spotty. You know, I was watching the Camp Capone interview with Wack, and in his interview, he says, I think I might have even told you something about it, but he's talking about, oh, you seen Spoetyface on No Jumper?
Yeah, they bring him up a lot.
And yeah, we need more of that. We need more of that. This is Wack saying this on Camp Capone. Shout out Camp Capone.
Yeah. You need the Rillaz on there.
Cam doing his thing. So Wack said, yeah, we need more of that. And then he goes on another episode on I think it was on No Jumper.
Yeah, it was.
He comes back and he says, and he goes and he changes his tune, like, oh yeah, he was preaching the peace stuff.
He on that Malcolm X tip,
Farrakhan stuff, and in my opinion, bro, you have been the best thing that's been on No Jumper, and as of recently. So I'm confused with which direction Wack is going. In one direction, he's praising you. In another direction, he's like, his lane ain't over here at No Jumper. What you mean, though? What you mean? He's the best.
Worded that so good. Hey. Good job, because I felt the same way, and boy, I want to hear what my guy have to say, because I felt it was messy for him to be on that type shit.
To be honest, I don't feel no way, because that's expected. That's just his character, and I just took him like he is a character. But I respect him even giving me a shout out and saying that he respected the first time, and we need more of that. So that was an acknowledgement. You know, that even somebody in his space, you know, can get out of character for a second, because he a real person. A lot of that he be in character, man.
100%,
absolutely.
So
100%.
To him to acknowledge that we need more of that, man, that's love, that's respect. But on the other hand, when he say that, I just asked him, like, even with like the whole little viral thing about the DC Baby Draco thing, like my whole thing is about is like people take away from the message. Our people is so, you know, is so divided and so quick to, you know what I'm saying, jump on each other and be so negative. They don't get the message because they don't want to hear the message because it's coming from me. You see what I'm saying? So they don't even hear the message. They take away from the message. Like somebody like a whack status in his content space, he a juggernaut. That's a fact. You can't you can't take that away from him. So my only thing is about like, dang, bro, like even if you don't agree with what I'm doing, whether you call me Malcolm X or Farrakhan, whatever the case is why would you say something negative about me when I'm pushing peace and positivity and prosperity by you of a person of your magnitude and being on a juggernaut on a mega platform like that? You're taking away from my cause. Like, if you don't agree with it, that's cool. But let me continue, you know what I'm saying, to help and change these kids' lives and save these lives. Like, you know what I'm saying? That just be my only problem with everybody. I don't mind another personal opinion. I don't mind another personal perspective on what I'm doing. Even when they come after me, it's like, okay, but just don't take away from my message. If you're not cool with it, if you're not with it, that's cool, that's fine. I'm not trying to push this on everybody. I don't want, if you don't want it, if you don't want the truth, if you don't want the knowledge, if you don't want to save your life, you want to crash out, you want to die, you want to get kicked out in the streets and all, that's cool. I'm fine with that, brother. Go do you. But my whole thing is, why you want to take away from my message to reach these kids that really do want to change?
Absolutely. And
that be just my only thing. Like, why, bro?
I hope I can answer that. Why? Because there's a lot of demons that walk amongst us, and when you trying to shed light, a demon will try to dim it, try to make it dark. At the end of the day, like, the industry is controlled by jinn, which I believe, and I just think it's so much negativity in content and on television. When you try to stray away from that and try to be the voice of reason, they're gonna do everything in their power to shut you up. And I don't think they can. I think the message you preaching, I think we got your back. We preaching that shit with you. So it's like, as much, they could keep shutting door, but every time they shut one, we gonna reopen it. So it's like, they could keep saying that shit and try to downplay what you doing or try to ignore the message, but at a certain point, they gonna have to listen. They gonna have to respect it because it's gonna be in their face so much.
I mean, at the end of the day, I think it's respect. I think they're bringing your name up because you a big topic right now, and and that's a good thing. And I think actually I disagree with Wack. I think that is your lane, because a lot of the audience that follows No Jumper are young kids that you could change a lot of those young kids' lives and put them in a different direction, because they're not going to go listen to somebody that's in school that gets good grades, that lives in a nice house. They're going to listen to somebody like me. They're going to listen to somebody like Spoetyface, who's been to prison, who's been through the trials and tribulations. You might be able to, even if you save a couple lives, that's still a lane for you. So I have to disagree. I talked to Wack a couple times, and he talked about bringing me up to No Jumper.
How you meet him?
I met him through my boy Bro Rogan. He posted a couple things for me too, the Derek Moneybird Buster Bird.
We gonna get it. Hey, that's another thing.
But yeah, shout out Wack. I don't got nothing against Wack.
So would you do a episode or a show with 6ix9ine?
Hell no.
You wouldn't.
Never.
Even though.
Never.
But why? You just can't sit with a rat.
I just wouldn't do it. That's just me. I wouldn't do it.
You think by associating yourself with a rat that people gonna look at you as one?
I just say if you did something and you did the crime, you do the time.
What about Michael Franchini? Do you know who that is?
Rat.
He's an ex-mob boss.
Rat.
I
don't want to sit down with a rat. I don't want to do an interview with a rat. I wouldn't do a song with a rat.
Right. Just even though opinion, they
can't be trusted. Period.
But why are you? What are you trusting them with other than this interview?
Anything.
But like, you're not inviting them to your house afterwards.
Anything. I wouldn't want to be around them.
Can I say this? Because look, bro.
Yeah.
I see you asking questions. You asking questions. his personal perspective is his personal perspective.
Yeah.
Well, we could be saying the same thing about you, but why would you?
Yeah, why?
Well, why would you?
Yeah, exactly. I want y'all to ask me that.
For the money, right?
For the money.
Absolutely. My end goal.
No, listen.
My end goal.
You already said it. No,
Yeah.
but listen. My whole thing is for us to be able to, you know what I'm saying, agree to disagree. No, we do this. We all brothers. But I'm saying for the public, you know what I'm saying. It's all right to, you know, everybody have their own views and they perspectives. Like I feel the same way he do. But you on the outside, you know what I'm saying. You feel like you would do that, so you know what I mean.
But you also said you would do a show with Wack, right?
I'm not gonna lie. Some of my homies don't want me to fuck with Wack.
But
my homies, a couple. I'm not gonna say any names, but a couple of my homies have told me don't fuck with Wack.
But you wanted to, and you changed your mind because
I looked at it like he.
They
did.
made sense.
I looked at it exact same way he did.
I
haven't seen no paperwork on Wack 100. I haven't heard of him being a snitch. Or any of that, and if you show me some paperwork that says Cash Jones is a snitch, then I can agree with you.
Is that nigga name?
Yeah. If you show me the paperwork, then I can say, okay, this dude's a snitch.
You Cash now.
But as far as doing content and you know furthering my career with my music and shit like that,
you would do okay.
I would.
Because
I wouldn't fuck with 6ix9ine. Okay. He known snitch.
Yeah. Okay.
And he should get his
better,
feet wet.
a known snitch or a secret one? I don't want to get. I don't want to make this the snitch episode.
Neither one of them. But like I said, as far as my perspective, I don't want to keep talking about Wack too much. I definitely will take that opportunity because, like I said, he have a lot of narratives, and I feel like he's smart in a lot of ways, but he's definitely uneducated in a lot of things, and I'll use that opportunity to try to, you know what I'm saying, educate him in a lot of ways, you know what I'm saying, so he could get a perspective at what we pushing out here and what we trying to get together, and also highlight it in a different light.
Okay, you know so one more question, and this is for all of you guys because this is our show. It's not my show. Yeah. It's not your show. It's not his show. So in order for this to go, we got to all agree. You know, if I can set up Wack to be on this show, we all with it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
How about you, Spoety? It's got to be a 3-man vote. It can't be 2-1. Can't be 1-3. If we all don't say yeah, then it's dead.
Already said I'll sit down.
He said he's sitting down.
Okay.
You know who,
I'm setting that up.
You know who I wanted to bring up that I would like to sit down with Aunt Hefe. I like Aunt Hefe. I fuck with Aunt Hefe's content. I know that's your boy. You've been doing some stuff with him. It looked like as soon as you got home, he looked out. He brought you up to No Jumper. Any thoughts on that? Just because from my understanding, y'all from different neighborhoods that don't get along.
At war.
And for y'all to actually, like, I don't think people even talked about that enough, that y'all actually sat down, two prominent figures from those neighborhoods sat down on No Jumper and had our boys and had a cool ass conversation.
Yeah,
nobody talk about it because it was no controversy. It was nobody crashing out. It was no disrespect. It was just respect amongst two men, like-minded men, and that's clearly on the same path. You know, he respect me, I respect him. We knew about each other through the streets. Like I said, I was good friends with his brother. You know, even though we was from the opposite side of the tracks or whatever. You know, me and his brother never personally had problems. You know, and again, like I said, it's always been that mutual respect there. But yeah, that's why I don't really get too much talk. Like, it wasn't a big thing because there was no controversy up there. A lot of people didn't expect it. It was a lot of good feedback from that. Man. It was a whole lot of good feedback from that. But again, like I said, this not the thing that people want to talk about. They don't want to talk about peace, you know what I'm saying, prosperity, you know what I mean, and stuff like that, because controversy sells.
Yeah, I've seen it. The same way that everybody was talking about the good shit he was doing. The second something.
Yeah, now it's everywhere. But you know, I have to also lead with this as well, because if you don't know, I have a channel called Why Not, the Why Not Podcast, and Spoetyface had a show, The Definition of Real, under the channel, which you still have. One day he called me and he's like, bro, I got an idea. I want to do another show under the channel And I'm like, bro, you already know, nigga. Like my channel, your channel. What? I'm for it. He said, man, what? I've been talking with Aunt Hefe, and like we want to do a show together. You even had a name for it. And I'm like, wait, with Aunt? Because you know, I know names in these streets. Which Aunt? And he like, nigga, A-Trey Aunt. And I'm like, I was blown away by it because like I've never heard of anyone doing that. So when he said it, it was a shock. But then the minute he said it, damn, I said, nigga, y'all got one.
Yeah,
if y'all both agree to do a show, and he explained it to me, like, nigga, we can have some homies from my side on the show. We can get niggas from his side on the show, and like it'll be a thing. And I'm like, abso-fucking-lutely. I had them meet me at my studio.
He don't know jumper. He don't be pushing like destruction, none of that shit.
But I had them meet me at my studio. I threw them the keys, and I said, it's yours. Like, y'all got it. And unfortunately, my guy went down, and now he's at No Jumper. But he seen the vision before Adam did. And like, shout out to Ant. I fuck with Ant, and shout out to Spoety because he knew something was cooking with him. And as you know, like he one of the biggest podcasters now. But like before that, Spoety knew. He like, nigga, well, this gonna be big. And I'm like, bro, I believe in it.
Yeah, but what I will say, I mean, bro, he ain't never switched up on me. You know what I'm saying? And already knew that, like, just by his character and how he carried himself. He ain't never switched up on me, even though he far along in his career. But what I will say is, I always try to go get the people that's like minded from different. I could have did stuff with a whole lot of people that's neighbors, and I don't want that. Them relationships already there. What I try to do is I try to establish relationships that's not there. You know, so I try to build bridges instead of, you know what I'm saying, building up these barriers. Now I'm trying to knock these barriers down because if they see a person like me and Young Ant together, they're like, dang, yeah, I mess with this dude, you know what I'm saying, in the dark. Not like that, pause. I mess with a couple dudes over there, you know, and these my bros, but I don't know how people gonna feel about it. And you got a lot of people out here that want peace. They want prosperity. They want to mess with other dudes, but they care about what the public think. They care about what their homies gonna think. Right. You know what I'm saying? I'm just at a point in my life, in my career, it's like I really don't care about the feedback, bro. I have to do that because it can never be truly peace if I can't look past us being oppositions. It can never be truly peace if I can't look at this another man and consider him to be my brother. Absolutely. It's always going to be hate. It's always going to be vengeance. It's always going to be whatever the case is, spitefulness, bitterness, you know what I'm saying, from the past. And that's what keep the generational curse going.
I think, I'm sorry to interrupt you,
bro, go ahead.
But I think that's why, like, when, I mean, the content that kind of blew up with the DC, what is it, DC Baby Draco, is that his name?
Yeah.
I started seeing it pop up on YouTube, and I watched a couple of episodes. But as soon as I started seeing all the young kids, you know,
crashing out,
like just, you know, F this neighborhood, F that, I didn't want to watch it no more.
Yeah, it got crazy.
So I understood right away why you even spoke on that, because when you did speak on that, you're coming from a place of trying to help your people, and I don't think people get it. Sometimes it goes over people's heads. Like this one little clip of 10 seconds of these kids saying "fuck that neighborhood" could end up in a shooting the next day.
Man, you see what happened to the young homie from Broadway 4 days later.
Exactly. So I think for you speaking out about that is like, you want to do a hood vlog. It's cool. Do a hood vlog, but you don't got to post the parts where they saying "fuck that neighborhood."
You can easily edit that out.
You don't have to put. You don't have to put the graffiti that. Right. You don't have to put that. You
don't, and you shouldn't.
And
especially not coming from the city.
And so, a lot of people took my words out of context. But like I said what I mean. I said it. I meant it. I'm not gonna take it back. It is what it is. But at the end of the day, it's like just like I was trying to explain to my to the naysayers. It's like it's a lot of more things you could do. That you could come get your content, but enlighten the people what else is going on around here.
The positive things.
You know what I'm saying? We got a lot of stuff that we doing down there on Vernon Avenue, bro. That's not getting no shine. That's not getting no light. So to do our community justice, bro, and this what the people don't understand. You got people they're illiterate, bro. They don't understand the vision. They don't understand the overall. And then not only top of that, what this dude doing, y'all really doing police work.
Yeah.
To be, if you want to keep it a band, you showing people your blocks, your oppositions, your blocks. You hitting up, you doing this, you doing that. You building a portfolio. You building a portfolio for the police.
Yeah.
So when somebody catch a case or one of the homies go to gang enhancement, the gang does all this type of stuff. They already got it on film.
Yeah,
you get what I'm saying. So we not never doing a police job. And my whole thing is like, listen, bro, y'all, the people y'all want to see this the biggest misconception that people have about me. Oh, he pushing peace, but like, nigga, I push peace to the people who want to listen.
Yeah.
I push peace to the people who want the peace. If you want to go do like you want to go slide and get caught and do it, bye. If you want to stand on the street corner and get shot in your head and do it, okay, that's on you. That's your prerogative, homie. You a grown man. I can't change that. I'm just trying to give hope to the people who feel hopeless. Because I'm trying to tell you, bro, it's different way. You can go a different path.
It's a dead gang life is a dead end, bro.
But I respect the people who doing it and doing it at a high rate because I was there one time. I respect it. I can't down them or talk bad about them because I was the same person. I just got the truth, you know what I'm saying, and I just changed my life. But I want peace to the people who want peace. But again, like I said, with that whole incident, it's like when you come over here, bro, enlighten how we feeding the homeless. Enlighten how my homies got rules in the hood that you can't rob old women or we offering safe passage to these kids so they can go to school, you know what I'm saying, without getting bothered. They ain't getting bullied. Enlighten how, you know what I'm saying, we giving back to our community. Enlighten how we giving these kids bus money and bus fare and we buying these kids schools clothes and school shoes out of our own pockets. I'm not rich, bro. I don't pretend to be rich, but a lot of this coming out of our own. Enlighten how we got the father-daughter dance going over there. Enlighten that how we doing these father-son fishing trip. Enlighten how we trying to put our people in you know what I'm saying, in a black mecca of Southern California, which is Leimert Park, how we all come together. It doesn't matter what black you are, from Pan-African to Muslim to Christian to Hebrew Israelite to Nigerian, Jamaican, man, so on and so forth. We all come together, and that's a no shooting zone.
Shout out to Leimert.
They got all black businesses, you know. Everybody comes sell the merchants. Every how we got this, and we keep that going over there, bro. It's so much more than Vernon Avenue in Leimert Park than just 40 Crip.
Yeah,
and that was, and you know what I'm saying, that was my only thing. It's like, bro, you more than welcome to come over here. You know, but at the end of the day, you gotta respect it. And I feel like the respect wasn't there because you treating my young homies like they pawns. Yeah, you allowing these kids. True enough, they grown men, they doing what they doing. But when you antagonize them, where this at? Or who you don't get along with? You know what I'm saying? You being an instigator. That's what I don't like. You know what I'm saying? You allowing these kids to start fires and initiate beefs. You know what I mean? Antagonize these people across there, and you not around here. Right. You're not around here when they come slide. You're not around here when these hoovers coming out trying to shoot at you or these, you know, these brims and all that. But you're around here, you antagonizing, and not only that, you magnifying it by putting it on a platform, bro. So they have to respond. You making them feel like they have to respond, or they have to get some get back or some retaliation.
And that's exactly what they're doing. And like when you started saying that about him, I immediately was like, yeah, like what is you doing? Like how come this is a thing now with the internet? And it's crazy because, you know, we're at an age where we know what gangbanging was. And like when I first started seeing gangbanging on the internet, I'm gonna tell you like this, it was shocking to me because I'm like, damn, like the niggas I know or the older niggas I'm related to, they don't gangbang like this. And it's like
they don't got no Instagram.
We allow the rules to change. And it's not just with gangbanging, it's with everything. Everything had rules back in the day because it separated it from goofy. Like niggas standing on not being goofy. Like even something negative to the community, but the way you carried yourself with rules it's not as negative as sold. So it's like you had niggas who had those rules were like, nah, bro, we don't want to be taking pictures or showing where we at because you part of this. And the rules is we don't want nobody knowing this. We don't want nobody infiltrating this. This is for us. But now it's on the internet where it's for everyone. And to me, I'm like, man, that can not only did it change the rules, it get niggas hurt. Like,
everybody kind of telling on themselves these days.
Yeah,
they you know Instagram. This is where we at. This is, you know, like back in the days, I didn't want to have an Instagram. I didn't want to have a Facebook. I didn't want my face out there, Brody, for people to see. I was robbing people.
When Instagram first started cracking, I had Instagram that I should have kept doing, but it was called The Real Instagram, where I showed struggle. Yeah. I'm not getting out there showing outfits every time or money stats. I'm showing the reality of life, because that shit not real. Like, niggas is renting shit, posting it like that. If that's not your life every day, then don't portray something you're not, because at the end of the day, you're Brad Pitt. You acting. So it's like, I want to show the real. So like, nigga, look at this. This account is negative.
What you doing? What you doing is you doing these kids a favor by letting them know. You letting them know what they're up against, especially nowadays. Like, if you really look at like you can't go nowhere without being followed these days. They got your phone. They got cameras on every corner. Boy, you wherever you go, there's another camera following you down the street.
How can you get away with anything?
You ain't getting away with nothing no more. So all that shit is over.
That's just all this. I mean, to be honest, I don't really have a problem with social media. I just, it's to each his own. But a lot of people carry themselves. That's on them. My whole thing is about that whole situation is like, you would think like I just don't understand my people, and it's like heartbreaking, because it's like, what is the pushback, bro? But I see it though. You know what I'm saying? It's the devil, bro. Like it's really the devil. Like we been oppressed for so long. Like, we don't want better. Like, we don't want better. Like, a person to really get mad if you see it, like, oh, he taking away from the little homies. Like, you telling him to slide. I'm telling, like, bro, why would you do that? Come here, listen. You know what's behind that wall? Why you want a game, man, bro? You know what you can go be? This the worst. That was the worst decision of my life, and people don't like it, because then you take away from the recruits. Yeah. Then you take away from the revenge, and the retaliation. People don't like that. But like I said before, I've never been a follower. I've always been a leader. I've always been a man. I always spoke my. That's why I used to get down with the big homies, because I always spoke my mind, bro. I'm not no yes man. I'm not no torpedo. And as far as me being in a position as a leader over there, and a spokesperson from over there, I never try to crash my little homies. I never do that. I'm not about to tell y'all niggas to go do something I'm not doing myself. Right. And that's what we going over there. All these niggas be lying.
The nigga be lying.
All this hollering, hooping, hollering, they doing it. You lying.
Yeah, you're lying. Right there. You firsthand.
I'm in my neighborhood every day. You're lying
every day.
You're lying. So you sitting all this, the hood vlogs and all that. Like, you sitting up here lying to the public. You're sitting up here lying to these kids. I don't care what you did back in the day. What are you doing right now? If you're not doing that right now, you shouldn't be telling nobody else to do that right now. At the end of the day, you know what? Because I would want somebody to tell my son no. So I'm literally like, I'm looking at these little kids and like, hey, this could be my son. I'm not gonna tell your son nothing I wouldn't tell my son to do. How fucked up is that?
That's fucked up.
Yeah,
and I'm gonna tell your son to go slaughter, get put on his hood when I know I'm telling nigga, you better not. I'm talking, I'll break your jaw for you. Yeah, this is what I'm telling my son.
Yeah,
absolutely. So why would I tell another man? You know how hypocritical, how scandalous that is, bro. That's not right, bro. And a lot of niggas don't got a honest bone in their body, and that's what's wrong, bro. It's not about the turn of the tables. It's about the principles, the moral. People that don't have no morals no more. They don't have no morals. It's not they not real men. There's not enough real men out there, because they lying. All these niggas is lying. Yeah, they lying, bro. They lying to you, bro. On camera, they're lying to you.
It's fucked up. That's crazy you said that, because it's true. There's no real men out there. I remember as kids, we wanted to be men. We strive for that. We were taught. I remember my uncle telling his brother, my other youngest uncle, he was running in the streets. He from 89th Street, and like my other uncles it was squares. They came here from New Orleans. They like, nah, like, nigga, your last name means something. Mm-hmm. Don't dirty it. You putting smut on the name our dad gave us. Our dad brought us here from New Orleans, but and had bought his family a house. We came from nothing. Why you want to smear? You going back and forth to the penitentiary, and like, you got the same last name as me. We got the same name as him. We want to be like him. We don't want to be like you. Like you out here, you want to drive around shooting at niggas that look like you. And I remember hearing that from my uncle, and I'm like, damn, like that was felt. I felt that shit, even though I don't have their last name. I got my dad's last name. I'm like, damn, I feel that. And like nowadays, people, they don't see manhood as a thing. Like, you have niggas that would literally clown you if you say, man, like, nigga, all I'm about is going to work and helping my family. Nigga, you square. Absolutely.
Because that's the stupidity, and that's the facade, and that's the perception people want to live by. A real man is the one that's gonna go to work. Hey, homie, I'm not with all that. I'm going to work because you know why? My kids got to eat. But you're downing me. You see how you just said that? You're downing him for going to work. Hold on. But you don't even have a job.
To work, right.
But you don't even have a job.
That's crazy.
So you think it makes you more of a man to rob, steal, kill, and destroy than a man going to make an honest living? Boy. See, that's the thing. That's why I say it's not a lot of real men. It's a lot of real men, but you don't see them.
They're boys.
No, you don't see them because you know why? Because they're in the house, they somewhere with their family doing what they supposed to be doing. You don't see them in them instances. But like I'm saying, like in my personal opinion, a real man is saying, man, I don't got no problem with that. I put my name, I put in my face. I don't have a problem with that. Yeah. So you're gonna see me with him. Yeah, I mess with young Ant. Yeah, he from A-Trade. I'm a real man. I can say that. You know how many people that feel the same way about certain people won't say that in front of them? That's not a real man, bro. Yep. That's not a real man. Like if I don't have a problem with you, I'm not gonna beef with you just because somebody else beefing with you.
Right. That's the most.
A real man. A real man is not telling you to go crash out, and he's not gonna crash out.
You're right.
Absolutely.
A real man.
The same thing I said. If I see Snitch Line right now, I'm not gonna do nothing because he probably snitch on me. I'm not trying to catch my third strike. So why would I tell my little? If I'm not gonna do it, why would I tell my little? Yeah, get him.
Go get in trouble.
When I'm not gonna do it myself, bro.
Yeah, absolutely.
That ain't cool.
You like you treating these kids like puppets.
Man, they torpedoing these kids, and they wonder why. Man, they thinking they helping them. Oh, I'm the big homie. Now you're crippling them. That's why our generations can never. Could get off the ground and we can have a successful generation, even though the generations is now they more successful than mine was, is because we have people like that they look up to. Nothing. People they're not real men, bro. It's just a facade.
Right.
Oh, he got a gang of likes. He on Instagram or YouTube. You know what I mean? And he trending, so they look up to him.
You know what I ask people that goal is to have a bunch of subscribers, a bunch of likes. I say, you know how you know people really fuck with you? Put out a video saying you need help moving.
Nobody
and see how many of that million to reach out and say, bro, because that's one thing that's the hardest thing for a lot of people is, moving. I
always tell
show me how many of these subscribers really fuck with you, because that shows me right there.
You got to, in your lifetime, you're going to have a handful of people that really fuck with you and care about you genuinely. I tell my kids
these subscribers not.
You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I mean, I agree with everything that you've been pushing, bro. I agree, and I think like just like Wack said in his original interview, we need more of that. We need more of that. These kids need guidance to not waste their life and go to juvenile hall, then not get no education. Then you come back out and you think you're cool because you're getting some pussy from some girls because you just got out and they think it's cool. Then you get in trouble again, and you're going back. Now you're going to big jail. Yeah. Then it just becomes a routine, and now you got no trade. Yeah. You got no. You're not good at nothing.
Well, that is
besides getting in trouble.
Now. Can we mention something else that he's pushing? I had a talk with him earlier, and I let him know on what I want to do, because I think this is a good thing. He has a nonprofit. Am I right, Spoety? You have a nonprofit.
Yeah, it's getting finalized right now. Absolutely.
Okay. Is there anything that we can mention about it right now, or are we waiting until it's ready?
I definitely got an apology. I want to say the name and all that. Okay. I'm finalizing, you know what I'm saying, copyrights and all everything like that. But it's definitely coming. It's in the final stages of that.
And like I told him, I'm going to be right there with him, helping him. I'm trying to get on the board.
You'll be on there.
Thank you. And another thing that I told him, see, I have a trade. I'm a drywaller. I've been doing that since 2004. I'm 21 years in. I am what you call a master journeyman. I can go and do anything they ask me to do pertaining to drywall. And I was telling Spoety, I want to start a nonprofit myself where guys fresh out, I'm going to give you a 10-week course, and I'm going to train you on how to do what I do. Now, I can't train you to be a master journeyman. It takes years. You can't just start fucking MMA and be a black belt in 3 years, unless you
3.5 years.
Weirdo. But I will get you acclimated with
that guy.
I will get you acclimated with the gist of what it takes to be a drywaller, because at the beginning you as an apprentice, with any trade, it's on the job training. You know, I will give you the outline of what it's gonna be, but you can only learn how to do it on jobs. So with my course, I will teach you what to prepare for once you get into the trade, and we're gonna try. You know, I got connects with the school, IUPAT. And like, I'm trying to take guys fresh out, because the good thing about a trade, nigga, I can literally do it anywhere in the world. I can leave LA, I can go to fucking New York, I go to Texas, nigga, I can go to Madrid, Spain, I can go to Tulum, Mexico.
See, that's what I'm saying.
And this is what guys need.
Yeah, you got to trade.
With a trade, you have a career. I'm not knocking anyone else. If you work is work. Hey, I support you. But if you want to learn a trade, I'm going to be giving classes on my trade pretty soon, and it's going to be in connection with his.
You know something I wanted to ask y'all both that it just came in my head right now, since y'all brought up the 3.5 years of the black belt.
Yeah, I did.
Adam 22,
that was
right?
on purpose.
Adam 22, the host of No Jumper, right?
Uh-huh.
It seems to me like he always trying to get somebody to fight each other. Man. Am I right, or is it like am I tripping? That dude,
the devil is real.
That dude is
the devil is real.
He's always trying to pin somebody up against somebody else. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I want to see you fight Adam 22.
Hey, Adam, a big old white boy too.
Hey,
you're a big old white boy, but
hey, you fight somebody, Adam 22.
You know, another thing I want to make clear, I've done a few shows, and people keep associating me with ex-host of No Jumper. Let me make something straight. I was never a host on No Jumper, ever. I was part of the news. I had a relationship with Flacco, which is dead now. But every time I was on there, it was him or Josh hitting me up to come on there. So but people keep putting this. I just did a show the other day, and they had me in the caption as ex-host Bro Rogan, and I don't want Adam to be like, nigga, that nigga was no host. But anytime I was there, I was invited. So I just want to put that out there. But like you said, you always hear him talk about fights.
And we ain't seen nobody fight yet.
Nah, you ain't seen nobody fight.
That's the craziest part.
You ain't seen nobody. That's
years. Adam 22. I've been waiting for somebody on there to fight.
I hear a lot of fade talk, but I don't see it.
I mean, the closest we got was what, Black Belt Brandon and Almighty Suspect.
No, that was nothing in
Almighty
the form
Suspect.
of close to anything.
Yeah, he beat, what is that one dude from Orange County, Kelpie up, which I don't even know why they had
Orange
that
County.
I don't know why they brought that dude up there, but it's like,
I like Suspect.
But it's like, yeah, man, I want to see. I was kind of disappointed that Brandon didn't end up fighting nobody, because I had actually seen Black Belt Brandon compete in jiu-jitsu at my gym.
I seen Brandon get floored twice.
Yeah, I saw the little boxing clips.
Yeah, that nigga Black Belt is black as mine.
Well, you see, I don't know too much about Brandon as far as his training. I know he bounced around to a lot of places, but I don't know if he trained MMA. So this is also what I want to say about that, and to clear a lot of this up in this content space is like, jiu-jitsu is one thing and MMA is another thing.
Right.
I train all of it. I train MMA, which MMA consists of boxing, kickboxing, Muay Thai, judo, wrestling, jiu-jitsu, ground
mixed
and pound,
martial arts.
all of it. So I think where people get the misconception is Brandon might be a black belt in jiu-jitsu, in Brazilian jiu-jitsu, which is what I believe he is. But that doesn't make him a mixed martial artist. I know a lot of black belts in jiu-jitsu that will get their ass whooped. And that's just me being honest.
By Bro Rogan?
Not by you though.
Okay.
but they will get their ass whooped because they don't know how to do mixed martial arts, which is the rest of it. They know how to
ground and pound.
Now you get a good black belt, most likely he'd be able to take the guy down and control him and submit him. But if you can do it all, if you can mix it up and you could strike, you could do the wrestling, you could do the ground, then you're a mixed martial artist, which is I don't believe Brandon is a mixed martial artist.
Now I understand.
So I think that's why you guys see those little clips of him falling down. I don't know if he's done like striking. Like for me, when I came up, this was part of the program. You put those small little gloves on. You start on your feet.
The 6 ounce?
Yeah, the 4 ounces.
4. Ooh.
And if you want to take somebody down, you got to take them down. Otherwise, you're on the feet. So it's like I don't know if he'd had that type of training. So I was confused, and I didn't. I don't think he really represented jiu-jitsu too great.
Shout out to Black Belt Brandon.
But shout out Black Brandon. We talked before.
I talk
We're cool.
a lot. We got to get him on here.
I would love Brandon to have beat somebody up for us, and we would have been able to be proud of him.
Yeah,
but
y'all
it just
niggas
didn't.
looking crazy right now.
But it didn't happen. But shout out Brandon. I don't got nothing against Brandon.
No, he's a good guy. I like.
I like seeing what he didn't do on No Jumper was express. How good martial arts is for people. How it saved my life. It got me, out of drugs, out of going in and out of jail, out of robbing people, out of gang life. All this stuff was because of martial arts. If I didn't have martial arts, I would probably be dead.
Damn, I need martial arts now.
I was headed in that direction, and I think the thing that he missed the opportunity to do was to present Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and MMA in a positive light for children, for kids, for these people that think they're so. There's a lot of gang members, excuse me, but a lot of you gang members think you're tough, but you guys can't fight a lick. And I'll be just straight up. I've seen a lot of gang members fight, right. And I fought a lot of gang members myself, and a lot of you can't fight. A lot of you can't fight, and that's the main reason why you pick up a gun. Yeah, because you're scared. Yeah, you scared to run a fade. You're gonna get your ass whooped because you don't got no training. You probably don't got no cardio because you don't do no cardio.
Smoking blunts.
You smoking blunts. You drink. Yeah, you don't know how to fight. And so what is the same way a police officer that has no training will pick up a gun and shoot somebody when they don't need to? It's the same thing on the street. Scary ass. You don't want to fight, so you're gonna pick up a gun and shoot somebody. Damn. And that makes you tough on the street. Shit. That makes you people look up to shit like that in the street. I don't. No. I think you a coward. If you pick up a gun, you a coward. Oh, shit. You can't fight. I've been in riots with 160 Mexicans and Woods and Paisanos running at me. I stand up and fight.
Boom,
I stand up and fight. Damn. You don't need a weapon.
The outcome or whatever happened.
Yeah, you lose. Hey, but be a man. Be a man. I don't know what happened to that.
You know who never went undefeated?
Now you get stripes by how many people you smoke. But that ain't stripes. You a pussy. You a coward.
Right.
You a coward.
Like you said, sometimes you're going to take a loss, and you got to not be afraid of a loss. Michael Jordan is considered the greatest.
I don't respect it.
The greatest ever at his craft. And he even took losses, so it's like if you could be considered the greatest at something and still take losses and still be able to strive for the end goal, then who are you if you afraid to take a loss? Then you rather kill a nigga. Like that shit right there will never be respected, ever. Right. Like you killed him, why? Oh, because he beat your ass? Like get out of here, nigga, you a boy. At the end of the day, that's loser shit.
Or they'll just pull a gun because they don't want to fight. Then off the beginning, before they even get a chance to throw a punch, they've got to pull out a gun.
So I think a lot of with that what y'all talking about again is culture. It's culture now because the thing is that goes about not being enough a real men out there because a lot of it's like I said, the real men is either dead or in jail or they just scared to come out like, man, I'm cool. That's complete chaos out there. I'm just worried about mines. But it's not a lot of us real men out there that's teaching the kid because this is how they think. When has it become a bad thing to lose? To lose, so no. Let that sink in. But this is the culture that these kids has built up these days. When has it ever been a bad thing to lose a fight? We all lose. So with these kids, how these kids is, you right? They don't know how to fight because you know why they don't know how to fight? They're afraid to lose. And if they do lose, they feel like they're embarrassed. I was brought up, I was taught, I still live by this. Like, I don't even care. Like, when we fight and all that, I don't even talk about it after who won or he lost, because it's a respect that was gained right there. It's an understanding that two men had just came. And I always respected I done won and I done lost. But every time that I done won, I always respected a person that didn't bow down and didn't turn it down. Like, all right, come on. Like, you know what I'm saying? Big, I can respect that man. Absolutely. You see what I'm saying? So the culture has to be changed, because the narrative been pushing out here, if you lost, you know what I'm saying? But even people around you, you got cowards around you, because sometimes it don't even be the person who's initially in a fight. It be people around, he beat you up. He knocked you up, or he beat you up. Like, so what? Like that wasn't straight when I was growing up. You would get DP'd, or niggas be on you like, nigga, I'm gonna get on you. You ain't the nigga that fought.
Now you about to get beat up yourself.
You know what I'm saying? And then it's like this is another thing as far as the social media and also the cell phones. This is another reason why they're scared to get out there, because they're afraid of being filmed. You see, now everybody putting their hood stuff on the thing, you filming them, and it was supposed to be some man-to-man stuff. Now you on Instagram, now you on Warstar. You get what I'm saying? It used to just be, y'all niggas go back in the day, everybody want the crowd. Y'all niggas go in the backyard.
Go in the backyard, take it to the back.
Y'all need to come back when y'all done.
Crimes now.
But it's so many different variables now why these kids feel like they can't take a loss, or they don't want to take a loss. You will really have these is grown men too. You will really have a grown man that will turn down a fade because he's afraid to lose. He was just like, I'm cool, I don't want to fight you.
They'll roll it up, right? They'll roll it up in the county too.
Before getting his ass whooped, bro.
Yeah, because and they know
straight turn down a fade. How embarrassing! It's more embarrassing these days. Just imagine this. It's more embarrassing these days to take a loss than to turn down a fade. It's crazy. You would be respected more if you turned down a fade and didn't lose. You could get back for more than that than going viral for getting your ass whooped.
That's crazy.
You can go viral for turning down a fade, and you'll be still more respected more than a person who just got his ass whooped. You know what I'm saying? Crazy. He just lost a fight on a video.
Hey, I have to say something that might sound crazy, but like, I am a middle-aged man. I had shoulder surgery a few years ago.
So you going? Yeah, we know you.
I have another one that I need to have.
No, don't say it. Don't say it. Don't say it.
No, I'm just gonna say this.
No, don't say it.
I think I'm retired from it. No, I'm joking. There is one fight that I'm searching for, and that's Charleston White. But other than that, no, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I'm not fighting. I'm not shooting. I'm just not fighting. Like, I'm not gonna put myself in a position to where I need to fight.
I don't believe that. Can I say this before? I don't believe that, because you can be doing everything right in today's society, brother. Today's society will make you fight. You love the Dodgers. We all love the Dodgers. You stay at the Dodgers game all the time. So a quick example.
Yeah.
If you out with the fam and somebody pushes your wife while you in the concession stand line or something,
immediately. But like, okay, I'm lying. I was being funny.
Or somebody just come up to you. Oh, you that dude, Bro Rogan. I don't like you.
Boop, pop. No, can I give you an example of what happened recently? I crashed out thinking like I was protecting my girls, but I scared them. So we're at a crosswalk. You know, the crosswalk, you get the right of way all the time. I'm with my lady and my little girl, right? A nigga zoom right in front of us. Zoom! So I get in the street, nigga, what the fuck? Whoa. I'm tripping because I'm like, nigga, like, you could have hit my girls. You know, I come from, like, cars took my mother. Mm-hmm. My two cousins I have. Look at my mama and two cousins died in cars. The last two I just mentioned, she died with her husband, and my other cousin 8 days later. 8 days later. Mm-hmm. So I take that shit serious. Like, nigga. So I'm tripping at this point. So I get in the car. By the time I get to the light, he right there. So I lean over, I'm on him. Nigga, do. Instead of him apologizing, he get on me. What? No. He get through the light. Now I'm chasing the nigga. I'm chasing him.
You know what's kind of...
He's trying to get away. Bro, when I caught up to him, I ran my car into him on purpose. Boom. Like, now you gonna get out. Because, like, I felt so disrespected because I'm like, nigga, you the one that almost hit my family. I got the right to crash on you.
Yeah, but what if you would have did that, brother? He would have lit on you.
You know what's kind of crazy to me? I gotta say this while we're talking about the fighting stuff. I couldn't believe like that the jail fighting thing became popular on the internet. I could have like especially
what
coming
you mean?
from. Just
speaking on what you did in jail.
Story time.
Yeah, just because like I'm in a world where the people are like professional fighters and this is what they do every day.
Right.
And then
sorry guys.
You good. And then all of a sudden like everybody's talking about fighting in jail and they beating up people in jail. Like who cares? Like first of all, let me say this one thing I want to get out the way.
Say it.
Most people that you fight in jail are not fighters. Right.
No.
And they don't train, they don't practice. They're not so if you could beat 4 or 5 people up in jail, nobody gives you like in the MMA and jiu-jitsu and the real fight world, nobody gives you no credit for that. We don't look at that and be like, "Oh, wow." Like
but it is gladiator school.
Hey, cool. But my thing on all the jail fade stuff getting popular is we want to see you fight.
We want to see it.
I want to see one of these guys actually get in there and fight. Like Adam 22's talked about it a lot, and I want to see one of these guys like that talk about fighting and jail fights and all that. I want to see one of these guys fight. It's been so long that we've been on the internet seeing all these people woofing back and forth, but we ain't seen nobody fight yet.
Yeah,
I just want to see. Hey, I would love to be a part of it. Whether I can be on the card fighting somebody.
Is there someone you want to fight?
I would love to fight somebody. Actually, there's a person that I have in mind. And he trains, so I'm not being a bully.
Derek.
Derek Moneyberg.
Okay,
Derek
say his name again.
Derek Busterberg is what I call him. So like this dude, I'm gonna give the brief rundown, right? This guy is a rich scammer, dude. He just scams people out of money to give them financial advice, right? Okay. He starts paying all these jiu-jitsu guys to come to his house to do private classes, and in 3.5 years he gets a Brazilian jiu-jitsu black belt.
Wait, so he earned his black belt from his living room?
He didn't earn
from his living room.
He paid for his Brazilian jiu-jitsu.
So it was never at a respectable school. He got it in his living room.
Listen. I can teach private. This is what I'm gonna say. I can teach private classes to a beginner, a brand new person, right? Doesn't know nothing. Either I'm gonna kick his ass or I'm gonna let him learn some technique and play with him. He's never gonna get good at doing these moves on somebody because he needs people he could beat. So how the fuck can you get a Brazilian jiu-jitsu black belt, something that people bleed, sweat, get injured over, give their lives to? How can you get that in 3.5 years when you only did private classes?
Man,
it's impossible.
So let me ask you this question then. So typically, don't be long-winded because I got a couple questions for you. Typically, by you being a sensei and having your own dojo, typically how long does it take for you? And you can elaborate a little bit on it. How long it took for you, your sensei, to give you your black belt? But typically, what's the time?
That's a great question. Okay, look. Yeah. Now let me tell you guys about me. First of all, and I'm trying to keep it short. I train 3 times a day coming up. So I came in the morning class. I trained for an hour and a half in the morning. I trained in the afternoon, and I trained in the evening. I was what they call a mat rat. I trained every day, multiple times. I got my black belt in 7 years.
Okay.
Even with you going
even with me training,
which I would never have the time to go anywhere 3 times a day.
So you got yours. You said you was a mat rat. You was going 3 times a day, and you got yours in 7 years. Has the standard or has the time frame changed since then? Cause I know you've been having yours a while now. Typically, since you got your own dojo and you a sensei now, typically how long? I know it's case by case because some people is more dedicated than others, and I'm not saying that they all ain't putting in the same work ethic. Your students, because just life be lifey. Some might have kids, some might whatever the case is. Typically, a mat rat, a mat rat comes, trains at least a couple times a week or whatever the case is. Typically, how long would it take for them to get for you to hand out a black belt?
For me, I say minimum 6 to 7 years.
6 to 7
minimum.
Yeah,
minimum.
Damn, I can't just pay a nigga to give me a black belt,
bro. You don't. You like.
Okay, can I ask you another question there?
Yeah.
Because I want the people to get a perspective. That's not in the MMA world or anything like that. So, is it possible for you to get those type of accolades and those credentials without actually sparring or being in combat or battle with sufficient or certified other people with those type of belts?
That's a really good question.
Okay, yeah.
So there's a lot of people that do martial arts for the martial arts and they don't compete.
Okay.
And for me, it don't make competing is cool. If you want to compete, that's great. It's gonna test you. But in my eyes, you're gonna get tested every night on the mat if you actually train at a good gym. You're gonna develop the skills on the mat. So
that's a part of sparring, though.
Right, but you will never get good at fighting if you don't spar.
Yeah,
absolutely. I used to have my coach used to do privates, and he would have me come. I would be the guy that he would use to teach the technique on, and then he would have me train with the private guy, right?
Yeah.
So he would tell the private guy, he would always say, look, I can show you as many techniques as I want, but if you don't actually go and spar and apply them with somebody fighting back, you're never going to be able to use these techniques.
So the privates is not considered sparring, right? It's just simply working on technique, correct?
Well, it could be sparring.
No, I mean, unless you like, no, I want to just a private session.
If it's a private session, I would teach my guy technique, and then I would train with them as well. But you got to remember, like, if I'm training with somebody that doesn't know anything, I either got to hold back, or I got to let him do stuff. I'm not being the real me, because he's not going to learn that way.
Okay, so from your understanding, this young man who you talking about,
Eric,
he's around my age.
Derek Abbas.
He got 4 million followers.
Was he just getting privates and working on techniques, or he was getting privates and actually sparring? For sure,
I think he was sparring, but and that's cool too. But you cannot get a black belt in 3.5 years. I don't care how
basically, you said it don't matter how much you be on that mat, how many times a day you train,
impossible.
how many times it's not.
Man, we talking BJ Penn. We
Wonder Boy.
We talking about, look, bro, I used to compete. So
John Jones.
I saw kids coming up.
Khabib.
I've seen kids that were white belts now that are grown adults, black belts that competed for 12, 14 years and didn't get their black belt. How the hell does this guy get a black belt?
So how would someone go 12 or 14 years without receiving a black belt?
You started as a kid. You started. There's people that.
So what? Explain that better than that. You started as a kid, and 12 years later, you still don't have a black belt.
You can't even get a blue belt till you're 16. Oh, you can't get a blue belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu till you're 16 years old.
Now I get it.
Yeah,
so our guy Mo.
It's a process. So,
he started at 9.
So, and I didn't have an issue with dude saying anything about himself. But when he started disrespecting the other black belts in the community that had put their time in,
he said they were bitches,
and he called them bitches. That's when I went and got on him. And
so, can we do this every week? Can we push for that fight?
I would love to fight him.
Put me on the undercard with Charleston.
I want to fight him in MMA because you're a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt. If you're a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt, then you should be able to use your Jiu-Jitsu to stop me from whipping your ass.
Well, as your manager, why not media? I am pushing for that fight.
I would love to have that fight.
I'm pushing for me on the undercard.
I have another question
Charleston
for
White.
you, brother. Do you think that is no disrespect to or no shots to the people who presented him with that black belt, but do you think it's disrespectful to the mixed martial art community or a slap in the face that he was able to obtain something so precious and something so dear to everybody in this community heart, and something that I'm pretty sure if you get into mixed martial art, that's the end goal, for him to obtain something like that so quickly? Do you think it was like it's actually a slap in the face to a lot of people?
Absolutely, and a lot of people, a lot of the community, I posted it on my page, a lot of the community spoke on it as well, and it takes away from, like, if I give somebody a black belt, it has a level of what is it called? Dignity, a level of respect that comes with it. But now these guys that gave this dude the black belt, they've tarnished their name in the community. You know what I'm saying? When you take a shortcut and you give your brand and your name up for money, you ruin yourself. Right. In my opinion.
So those trainers had respect in the community.
They definitely had respect.
Do you know who they are?
I
you don't have to name them.
I
but you
do. Jake
okay.
Shields.
Go ahead.
Jake Shields.
Hey, we calling out names. Hey, we calling out names.
Can I ask you a question? Because this just for the it's 3 of us. We got our own 3 audiences like that. But just for the viewers out there that's not that's not familiar with the mixed martial art community and the rules and the guidelines or something like that, let them know, what does it take? Who do you have to be, and what does it take in order for you? What credentials do you have in order for you to pass on that or award someone with a black belt, something that's so special?
A black belt.
So basically, this is how it works, right? You say it should take you anywhere from 7 to 10 years to get a black belt. Some people more. And then once you get your black belt, after 1 year, if you're a teacher, if you are an instructor, you get your instructor bars. Then after 3 years, you'll get your first degree. Another 3 years, your second. Another 3 years, your third. 5 years, your fourth. I'm a 4th degree black belt.
God damn.
So if you look at it like
4th.
You tell me your question again one more time.
What he asked about
listen, basically, who can
2nd degree black belt. 2nd degree.
Who can give him the black belt and what credentials? I was asking.
You have had to been teaching for 6 years as a black belt. You have to be a 2nd degree black belt in order to give somebody a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt. Yeah, but like I said, I think those guys got a lot. I know for a fact, matter of fact, that they got a lot of money.
Okay.
And I know for a fact that he's not a real Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt.
Damn.
I would have had no issue. I like people get money. Get your money. I don't care.
Fuck.
I'm not gonna ruin my name for money, number 1. But number 2, you're not a real black belt. You're just not a real. I don't care what you say.
Damn.
You disrespected the community. You're not a real black belt. I would whoop your ass. I already called you out on social media. You responded in the comments to somebody else.
Really? I didn't notice that.
Saying that this was part of your strategy. This is your strategy to make the whole community think you a fake phony. Okay, good job. You did.
Now let's prove it.
You did it.
So do you think he has any talent whatsoever?
I think he knows enough like defensive jiu-jitsu, like, right? Because you say, okay, he did privates and then he might have done some sparring. What are those black belts doing with him? They're either gonna kick his ass or they're gonna go a little bit slower so he can have time to learn a couple things and practice. So he'll have a good defensive jiu-jitsu, but that's not my style. I'm an offense.
So basically, he's a fake black belt. He wasn't trained correctly. So Bro Rogan to fuck him up. But no, I have a question.
Joe Rogan was kissing his ass with this dude Gordon Ryan.
I got one last question. I'll go after you, or you want me to go first?
Okay, no, I got it. No, go ahead.
My last question, because I don't want to harp on this too much, is from your analysis and from your observation, since he's technically a certified black belt now because he's been he's been gifted that. Do you think he can stand on a mat with any traditional black belt that's put in that time and that effort? Does time really matter or not? Because
this is what I'm gonna say. It depends on the black belt, right? Like you said earlier, there are certain black belts that can only make it to class once a week. They're 54 years old. If you put him with that guy, maybe.
No, I'm talking about same age, same age.
He'll get his ass whooped.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not telling him about putting him against a 60-year-old black belt.
Okay.
I'm talking about same age, same age right now. He got 3 years in because that'll solve it. Like if you don't really think he a black belt, you know what I'm saying, or he don't got the qualifications, put him on with somebody his age that's a black belt. I would love to see that. Which is you? I mean, what's the age difference in that? Is it pretty off?
I think I'm 3 or 2 years older than
that. That's why we setting up the legacy squabble with him.
I told it. He knows what it is. I already called. I said everything I could say on social media without getting my shit taken down. I called him a buster. I told him he's fake. I told him, I would gladly step up and fight him. He comments instead of saying something to me directly. He comments to somebody else in my comments. So in my eyes, that's a coward, and I'm not gonna be a bully. I didn't even want to do that. Like I don't carry myself like that. But since you want to call people a bitch that I respect, especially like some of the black belts that you call a bitch, I'm gonna call you the bitch.
Can I ask you a question? Legacy. So this is about you. You said you're a 4th degree. This is a 2-part question. So you're going to continue to receive higher belts. So you're going to go to a 5th. You're going to go to a 6th. Okay. What is the highest you've ever came across or know about?
My coach is a 9th degree. Actually, my coach's coach. I've had him on my podcast.
9th degree.
Red belt.
God.
Yeah, my coach is a red belt, and then my coach's coach is a red belt under Helio.
Okay, wait.
Hey, 9 times 3. That's 27.
Hold on, wait. That's something I'm hearing for the. This is something I'm hearing for the first time in life.
No,
hold on.
It goes up to 5 years after the 4th degree.
Okay. Hold on. This is something I've never heard before. You said red belt.
Red belt, yeah.
So there's a belt after black.
Yes. There's
a lot of people didn't know that.
So it goes up to.
I didn't know that neither.
I didn't know that till now.
Coral belt. So it goes to 6th degree, and then on your 7th degree you get the red and black belt. It's like part red, part black, part red, part black. Then you go to 8th degree, it's red and white, and then when you get your 9th degree,
it's all red.
All red.
God damn! I ain't never seen a nigga with a red belt.
Yeah, I got him on my page. I've had him on my podcast.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I never.
My coach Joe Moreira, he's a red belt. He fought in UFC 8 and UFC 14.
That is fucking hardcore. I love learning something for the first time. Like, I thought I was a fan of fighting. I never heard this.
While we're on the jiu-jitsu subject, let me just say this. It's a great martial art for everybody to learn.
Shout out to the Gracies.
I think if you had more opportunities for kids to get into Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, you will see a lot less. You see a lot more good people in the world. You see a lot more humble people that will help people. I think Jiu-Jitsu is one of the best martial arts created. I think it is the best martial art created for fighting and self-defense. And I think the number one thing about, forget the fighting part of it,
discipline.
It helps people.
Okay, now, do we give that credit to the Gracies?
We give that credit to... You can give it to the Gracies, but originally Jiu-Jitsu was spelled J-U-J-U-T-S-U, and it started in India, and then to Japan, and then from Japan to the Gracie family, and then the Gracie families made it like a,
they made it universal.
The style different, fighting off the back and different things like that. So that's where the Gracies come in.
Shout out to
the Gracie family, absolutely. Y'all, so you want to fight? So I want to fight. Know who I want to fight.
I want to fight.
We know who you want to fight.
Yeah, I want to fight. Like in real life.
Anybody my dog want to beat up?
No, sorry. And when I say fight, I'm not grappling. I want to stand up, put on gloves, and fight him from the shoulders with a bum shoulder. Like,
yeah, we need.
I even put on an eye patch to match his one eye ass in the fight. Like, if you feel it's not, and like this is. I know I say this laughing and joking, but like I want to be real about why I want to fight Charleston. One, like I keep telling you guys, like nigga, I am LA. I'm sorry, I'm from there. I love my city. I love it. And I expect people to love their city as much as I love mine. But when you have someone not from the city, that whole career is based on the city, and the whole time he shits on the city. And we're not talking about just shitting on the city. He talks shit about people I actually know.
Disrespects a lot of people.
Like, I know Spoety. I'm not saying that he spoke on him. I know his cousin. I really knew Nipsey. I knew Nipsey when he first started rapping. Cuzzy Capone, shout out to Cuzzy Capone, Baby Weed, all the crack babies. Like Cuzzy's brother is married to my girl's sister. So it's like these are family members. So when I hear him talking about Nip, it's just like, wait, chill. Or I hear him talking about the gangs in LA, or nigga, you can say and believe what you want, but when it gets to be disrespectful and calling niggas out of their name. See, one thing we don't do in LA, and I notice it, some guys in LA, maybe more in the Mexican community, we don't play with our friends and call them bitches. Like, that's just a name. We don't play with that.
You don't even say that word.
You can't be like, nigga, shut up, bitch. Like, you do that, it's instant war. Nah. And like, when I hear a man calling another man a bitch, especially a man he don't know, and I'm like, bro. And then it's just the disrespect about my city, where it's like, you claimed a gang from this city. You was a nigga out of town claiming a gang here, and now all you doing is shitting on it, and it's just I take that as disrespect because, like I said, it's personal with me. It's personal.
I'll gladly train you for
and
that.
Then like I heard him say, and this hurt my heart. Man, I heard that nigga say, "Fuck Kobe Bryant and his kid."
Wow,
bro, do you understand? Like, I met Kobe twice. He'll never remember it because I went to Palisades High and you literally lived a block away. So he would just drive through our school, jump out his car, his Ferrari with the door open, with the car still running, go right into the gym.
that dude just runs his mouth.
So I grew up. Kobe, when he got drafted by the Lakers, I literally grew up with him. I'm 2 years younger than Kobe, so. He turned 21. I'm right away. So like I grew up with this man. I looked at him as just as LA as me. I went to all the parades. So like I hold him close to my heart. Yeah. So when I hear a nigga say something like that,
a whole lot of people do.
Yeah, but when I hear a nigga say something like that, fuck Kobe and his kid.
Yeah.
Like we not playing no more.
He definitely need that.
We not playing no more. It ain't about content trying to be controversial. You owe me a fight.
Man, listen. One thing I can say about Charleston White, man, he got that controversy down packed, but he be saying some real stuff, homie.
He does.
To me, in my personal opinion, Charleston White got some of the coldest quotes.
He does.
That hit home. He got a whole lot of knowledge.
It's Spoety.
But the disrespect is
that's the shit that really pisses me off because when he's
different, he somebody gonna catch him,
and that's what pisses me off. When that's what pisses me off because when he's being real, he's one of the most knowledgeable men ever. Yeah, so it's like, but when he get on that bullshit, I know what he's doing.
He say it's in character though. Everybody don't think everybody that gonna play it.
Everybody don't know you.
Hey,
let me get a character.
The Undertaker was a character, but Undertaker would have never gotten on WWF and say fuck Hulk Hogan and Shannon or whatever. So it's like you can be in character, but at the end of the day, there are still lines, and for you to cross those lines. Just to say I'm in character, now we not characterizing you anymore. Now it's real life. Now I need to punch you in your fucking nose.
Yep.
And that's real shit. Yeah. I'm sorry. Yeah, but I need to.
He needs his ass whooped for sure. Yeah. Anything else you want to get off your chest, bro? Anything you wanted to bring up or talk about?
Yeah, that's it.
No, not really, man. It's just, man, you can't believe everything on the internet, man. And it's everybody just try to bring positive, man. Like I said, I'm gonna keep pushing this piece, and I'm gonna keep standing on business. And like I said, man, the whole spectacle and the buffoonery that's going on, you know what I'm saying? Like I told y'all on my Instagram, man, we gonna see how the story unfolds, man.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So y'all gotta stay in tune. You know, one thing about me, man, when it's time to stand on business, I never get cold feet. So
come on now.
You know, I said it, I meant it. And I ain't gonna never take it back. But like I said, to all the people who mess with the movement and want peace and positivity, man, y'all just gotta speak up. You know what I mean? And don't let these clowns out here, man, torpedo y'all, man. Be your own man. Ain't nothing wrong with going to get a job, homie. Ain't nothing wrong with taking care of your kids. Ain't nothing wrong with taking care of your family. Ain't nothing wrong with wanting to educate yourself. Ain't nothing wrong with that, bro. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing wrong with being different.
I love it.
Being different is better than being alike.
Absolutely.
Because when you alike, that means you're similar and like you like everything else. When you're different, you're standing apart, bro.
Yeah, you're normal.
Be your own man. That'd be my advice to everybody. You know, like I said, man, we gonna keep bringing y'all this fire content. You know what I mean? I appreciate y'all coming together with
Rillaz.
Yeah.
We are the Rillaz.
Man.
Gorillas.
We are the Rillaz.
The real ones.
Hey, I got something to say too before we get out of here. This whole time is crazy. Like I couldn't stop smiling because I'm looking at you guys and like when you think you have potential, it's only a thought. But when you actually come together and you see it, like I'm looking at y'all niggas and I'm like, nigga, like this is going to be something. Like I said, I'm happy that we decided on this. I only see big things in our future, man. And anybody that's feeling down, always know this. If you at rock bottom, just know rock bottom is sturdy enough to build on. So like you might hit the rock bottom, but you can build on that, man. Like I said, it's sturdy enough to build on. So man, get your mind out the dirt. Don't feel bad for yourself, man. You know, time.
Hell yeah, and I just want to say, you know, I'm taking all fades. As long as you guys are paying me some good money, I'll be willing. Whichever one of you content creators think you actually got some skills, I'm more than willing to get in there. We'll run up a bag, whatever. I'm ready to fight anybody. I need some money right now. So let's make it happen. Adam 22, if you want to fight, I'll fight your ass too. But what else was I gonna say? Yeah, shout out my boy Spoetyface, man. You shining like you supposed to. I always told you from the day I met you, bro. I told you you was special one. I did. And shout out you, bro, for what you're doing in the community for all the kids and respect, bro. You stand on business no matter what, and I see it. And that's what a real man is to me. When you separate yourself from everybody else, you don't run with the crowd. When you can stand on your own too and tell, nah, this is what I'm doing. And if anybody got something to say against that, Come get it.
To the Rillaz.
Do something about it. No, don't come to the Rillaz. You niggas see me in the streets. I ain't hard to find. Do something about it.
Yeah, when you doing
stop taking up for sex offenders.
Yeah.
Stop getting behind sex offenders. Niggas is clowns.
You niggas taking up
sex
for what?
Yeah, niggas stop taking up for sex offenders. Child molesters.
Coming on the next episode, sex offender. What is that all about? We gotta talk about that next time. I need to know what that's all about. The Rillaz podcast. First episode, Spoetyface, Bro Rogan.
Yes.
Here taking all fades too.
Let's
go.
Get
it.
Red dots, headshots.